Hey guys, welcome back to Phantom Sage Powers, where we discuss comics, heroes, villains, and bureaucracy. You know, a little of this, a little of that. We are on part 20 of our X of Swords review. Let's jump right in. We open in Krakoa. Cyclops is in deep thought, it appears. He's overlooking this lagoon area, very beautiful. Jean approaches. Are they ready? Yes, everyone's waiting on us. Are you ready? I've never thought we'd have this, Jean. This place, our family, together, a real home. I mean, I dreamed of it, but what good has that ever done us? Not much. Not much at all. But here it is. Here we are. Okay, you look ready. For years, all we had was a little hope and a lot of prayer. It was nothing. And that whole time, I never stopped fighting. So what do people expect we're going to do now that we actually have something to fight for? Exactly. Let's go get our boy. 1 hour ago, our son, Nathan, cried out for us to save him. And now there's a voice in my head screaming, why am I still here? I know their answer. Because what we've built is bigger than what you want. Back in Otherworld at the Starlight Citadel. And so, we come to the end of it. Fitting that we are tied, even more so that it falls to the both of you to decide how all this draws to a close. Husband against wife. Will one of you yield, or will one of you die? Let's find out. If I am to die, and die at your hand, is it really to be like this? With your face hidden from me, behind that mask?
Yes.
No, I'm not hiding anything, my love. I simply hoped to spare you the shame of looking in my eyes as you remember who between us is fit, and who is not. Shall we dance? It's hard not to see it. It's impossible not to feel it. It seems that bad days have yielded to even worse days. I sense the urgency in your mind, Jean. What's happened? We've heard from Nathan. He reached out to us from Otherworld. 2 telepaths, even of your strength, shouldn't be able to span that chasm. It would take enormous desperation. Yes, he's hurt. We think badly. Our connection was severed before we could find out everything. And in spite of the position we find ourselves in, at the whim of Saturnine's rules, you want to go get him. I am going to get him. But that's not the whole of it, Professor. Krakoa is at risk. Well then, sympathies of course, but perhaps lead with that instead of whining about your personal misfortune. We are losing badly. Unless something unexpected happens, their army is going to be coming through the external gate. And under the rules we've agreed to, there's nothing we can do to stop it. How badly? Not clear, and again, we were cut off before he could say, but the hopelessness in his mind, it was understood. Can I assume you have a course of action in mind, Cyclops? I do. It's pretty straightforward. I'd like to take a strike team, one large enough to shake Otherworld to its foundations, on a smash and grab to get our people back. You intend to go through the Avalon Gate. Things are fluid. It's an option. Best of luck. The plan is we get our people out, and then we close the gates for good, cutting us off forever, or until something better comes along. It's certainly bold talk, but I hear a lot of hope and bluster in there and no actual evidence that you can succeed. Not the violence part, of course. I know you have that in you. But the closing of the gates. How do you mean to do that? Beast recently stole the technology from horticulture to hijack gate control from Krakoa. We can shut it down if we need to. So, save our people, then close the gates to save our nation. Does that cover it? It does. Do you want to explain to him the giant gaping hole in his heroic plan? I think you should. You tend to use small words. It's easier for them to follow. You're assuming success, Summers, without accounting for what it might cost if you fail. Look at me, Exodus. I am the mutant who has yet to fail this council. Do you think I plan to start now? That's bravado, son. Well earned, of course, but still. He made a fair point. There's no talking me out of this. Then we wish you well, brave boy. We will not see your kind again. You forget he won't be alone. I'm going too. And I think I will join as well. Frankly, with all this talk of swords, I'm offended I wasn't invited in the first place. Count me in too. Actually, I think we can't allow that. You or them. What? This is the government of a nation. We simply cannot lose so many of us in one moment of righteous madness. Failure, death, and a flawed resurrection could result in a broken council. I demand that we vote on this. And I vote that leaving means losing your seat, for this body must endure. No? Show of hands. So, it's settled. If you leave, you're done here. I won't lie. I'm disappointed. But you can't honestly think that's going to stop me. I'm going. And I will be joining you. No, you should stay. You're the soul of this place. Look at what's happening already. These people would be lost without you. But thank you, Kurt. Well, that won't work on me, Jean. I'm a troublemaker looking for trouble, and I won't be talked out of it. Kate, we're traveling through a gate. You really shouldn't lie to Catherine, love. Lying doesn't suit you. Do you want me to come? Emma, we both know you're staying. There's too much money on the table for the ask, so I would never ask. No, it's the same as the others. You need to stay. I'll have the girls meet you. Thank you. Okay then, you've forgotten something, Summers. The cost. The problem is, if you go and fail, if you die, we could lose you and those who go with you forever. Acceptable to some, I'm sure. Quite unacceptable to others. I'm assuming you'll expect us to keep the gate open for you, which means that if you fail, we'll actually be holding the doors open for an invasion, which is foolish. We have our nation to think of. We have a duty. Then let's vote for this as well and be done with it. All for closing the gates. I'm sorry, Scott. I'm sorry, but I don't have the luxury of thinking of just one mutant anymore, Scott, or even a few, no matter how much they mean to me. I understand, sir. Just like I'm sure you understand, this vote doesn't change what I have to do. I know the difference between right and wrong, and I know that necessary evil has nothing to do with it. I know these things because it was how I was raised. Yes, it is. What are you going to do, son? I know that risking everything we've built for a few lives doesn't work for all of you. I understand you don't have the luxury of thinking that way. I really do. But hearing you say it out loud, tasting it in my mouth, I find it unacceptable. So I do not accept it. You formed the Quiet Council to be the government of Krakoa. Well, the X-Men are its heroes. And we will save those who need saving, whatever the cost. You ready? I've been waiting on you, dear. Good boy. You are wounded and weak, my love. I give you one last kiss, and then I will hear you surrender and welcome you back to your rightful place. By my side. Will you yield, Apocalypse? Yield? I will not yield. Not to fear. Not to doubt. And not to love. Though it be the death of me. Go on. Finish it. That's what I would do. Finish it before the shame kills me. Shame? The shame would be me warring for thousands of years to see you again, and this be the end of it. I don't want this. I suppose that would matter if one were to care about needs and wants. And even if I did, the day demands a victor, doesn't it? Things must be settled. Put me on. Put me on. Settled? Things are a long way from settled, witch. I am not dead. I have not yielded. Nothing is settled. Nothing. Cyclops, Jean Grey stuff here, and how they went to ask for permission, but only not really, because they were going to do what they were going to do regardless. But the consequences of them doing this is Jean does lose her seat on the council. They are putting at risk a lot to save them, but you know, this is what the X-Men were about. But they haven't used the X-Men title brand since Krakoa has started, if you've noticed. So this has been retired in a way because it was associated with the exploits of that team. And not everybody on the island is an X-Man. Everybody there is a mutant, but not everybody is an X-Man or associated with what they did, whether or not they were villains or just civilian mutants. So that's why they had kind of not used X-Men as a brand, but now seems like the time when they are going to bring that back. What a clash between Apocalypse and Annihilation / Genesis. It appeared that Apocalypse had beaten Genesis / Annihilation, but didn't want to kill her, and I get it. But he should have at least got that mask away from her and kicked that mask somewhere, because the mask took over Genesis completely. And in her weakened state, I'm sure she's not able to fight as much, because in the beginning of the fight, she actually takes off the mask, which the mask kind of protests, but she was able to take the mask off. I believe the influence is still attached to her even without the mask on, but it's probably a lot stronger because it seemed to have healed her once she put the mask back on as well. The battle rages on, and it seems like now things are about to really hit the fans. Really good issue. I'm excited to see how everything shakes out. If you like this episode and like this issue, please hit that thumbs up, like, share, and if you haven't already, please subscribe so you can get notifications on more videos just like this. And I will see you in the next video.